Yo, what up, it's Don.
Samuel here.
We are the Soul Brothers. How you guys doing? Back up in it with a Does It Still basketball. This is a basketball shoe, of course. This is the first in the Soldier line from LeBron James. I was going to say his middle name. I don't know his middle name. I need to know that. That's something you got to know. LeBron James' middle name. What did you guess what it is? Michael? Marvin. That's a good guess.
I have no idea.
Drop that in the comments what his middle name is. I need to know that.
So let's get started right off with the traction. Of course, you have herringbone pods on the bottom. And traction's actually pretty good. It's very, very silent though. But there is this little like layer of rubber you need to get off. And then once you break that in, it gets a little bit more squeaky. And it also does improve the stopping power once you break it in. And you kind of like, it's kind of like the Kyrie 4s where if you like rub off this little, you see these little small lines?
Little texture?
Yeah, the little texture right there. Once you do that, it gets a lot better. So stopping power, not the best, but it stops and it's actually pretty good. And on dust, really no dust pickup. I mean, yeah.
This is the most, this is the widest herringbone pattern I've ever seen.
So, I mean, not a lot of dust pickup. And of course, outdoor use should be good. So, overall traction is actually pretty damn nice. Moving on to the cushion, it's not exposed at all besides on the medial side a little bit here in the forefoot, midfoot area. And it does seem to be a Phylon. And there's no zoomia in the forefoot, or I couldn't really feel anything in the forefoot, but in the heel I can definitely feel something. You can't really see the compression, of course, in the footage because it's hella caged, but my foot is actually going into something and it feels like a zoom unit, so I'm gonna guess.
Well, it says zoom on it, right?
Yeah, it says zoom on it, but it says it on the forefoot, and usually if it says it on the forefoot, it means it's in the forefoot. It's a forefoot zoom. And if it's on the heel, it means it's a heel zoom, but I'm not really sure what the tech and where the zoom is, but that's what I'm speculating. But in the heel, it feels super nice. Impact protection is really good. Court feel, not the best though. I felt pretty high off the ground, but overall, I mean, it's not a bad cushion setup.
Heel to toe transition.
Not bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's not super clunky or anything.
Okay.
I mean, in the heel, yeah, because
yeah,
it's an old school shoe. But other than that, it was better than most old shoes that I've tested for Does It Still basketball, so I'm not super mad at it. Comparing it to now cushions, it's still like not bad, but not the best, So it's an okay cushion setup. All right, moving on to the upper. There's a lot of leather. There's a lot of straps. And
this looks like real leather too.
Yes,
it's a nice tumbled leather.
Yes, and of course I also like this touch of patent leather here in the toe.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
this leather in the toe is like super soft.
Yes.
Has like a thin layer on top, like the very first most layer. It feels like lambskin or something crazy.
Yes.
Kind of nice.
Very, very premium feeling materials. I mean, the leather, white leather part is very nice, but also very, very thick, very, very bulky, and
heavy probably.
Yes, very heavy. Of course, we will get into weight. Of course, you have two straps. The midfoot strap does a little bit of something. It does tighten the midfoot, but in the ankle, the ankle strap doesn't really do anything. You have a plastic, internal TPU heel counter probably, so it's not gonna move that at all, right?
What if you remove the strap? That would look kind of crazy, huh?
I kind of like the strap there though.
Yeah, no, it looks dope.
I like the look of it. But materials, premium, feeling wise, yes, it's very nice, but performance wise, it's way too thick, way too bulky, and not what I really like at all.
It was a different world back then.
Yeah, and you have to break it in for a pretty damn long time. But I was surprised because the leather actually broke in nicely. It actually got pretty soft, and it wasn't too hard to like flex in the forefoot or anything. So
that's one thing about leather is it will break in.
Yes.
I mean, how long it takes or not, kind of like a catcher's mitt or something. Like a baseball mitt. You get it, it's stiff, but then over years those things can get super soft.
Yes.
But
so overall materials were nice, but then it's just too thick. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Moving on to the fit, I went down half a size, and actually it was pretty nice. I was expecting a lot of like, dead space here in the midfoot or something like that. A lot of toe space, but actually was a very, very nice snug fit. And once I tightened the laces, it felt like it was a shoe that was made for me. So the fit was really, really nice. Width wise, I would say it's a little just on the normal side, maybe a little bit wider than normal. So if you're a wide footer, you should be okay. But yeah, I was surprised that the fit is actually pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
Supporting lockdown, of course. I mean, old school shoe, you're not gonna really have any issues with support, especially with these types of materials. And I mean, you can't even it doesn't stretch at all. You know, it's super thick. And of course, it is a high / mid, high mid, I guess.
It's a low high.
Yeah, low high.
Or a mid high.
But it doesn't really do anything for the ankle. You can't really feel anything on your ankle. It kind of feels like a low, but then there's a little bit of something on your ankle. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, but no really like instability issues rolling around or anything for the for ankle protection.
It's a super flat bottom too.
Yes.
Which kind of helps with that, unless you tip over too far. But in that case, nothing's gonna save you.
Exactly. So support and lockdown are very, very good. Let's move on to weights.
Ooh.
16.
Yeah.
16 ounces.
I'll rock with you on 16.
Ooh, 15.52.
15 and a half.
It's 5 ounces heavier, or 0.5 ounces heavier than the Harden, which is not a lot.
No.
But I mean, it still feels bulky. Like you feel that you're wearing a shoe and it feels like you have a lot on. Like when you're fresh though, it doesn't feel like too bad. But then it still feels a little bulky. But then once you start to get a little fatigued, I definitely started to feel the weight of the shoe. But
how's that ventilation?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. All the ventilation holes, you know, microscopic ventilation holes. I don't know. No, ventilation sucked. Super hot, super sweaty shoe. So you're gonna find yourself like, you know, constantly taking this shoe off if your shoe gets too hot, you know.
Yeah.
Durability, of course, should be very, very good. Even if you play with these every single day, you should be good for around 20 more years. You know what I'm saying? So durability seems to be very, very good. So overall, how much were these? I feel like they were like 150 or 140 around there. And performance-wise, it does basketball. It's actually pretty nice, and I found myself like pleasantly surprised. You know, definitely not gonna be a shoe that's gonna be in my rotation, but I actually kind of enjoyed playing them. You know, when I was testing, I was like, it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
You know, but of course, for today's standards, it wouldn't be in any list of like, you know, amazing performers.
Heaviest.
It would be, yeah, of course, it would be in that list, but
most leathery.
Yeah, most leathery, of course. But you know, performance-wise, actually wasn't bad. And I feel like it's one of the best performing old school shoes that I've played in. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, that's it. I don't know if they're still available, but if they are, we will leave a link down in the description box below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.